I met a gentleman by the name of Robert Blackwell at commencement speech. My friend was graduating and he spoke. Something about him resonated with me. Finding young black professionals that are successful and have done really well is extremely inspiring. For him to take the time to mentor me and take me under his wing has been tremendously valuable. He's had a tremendous impact on my life. I think one of the unique things, and I've seen this with not just myself, but many other individuals that interact with Robert, is that you find yourself kind of being mentored and being under his wing for a certain time period, but there's a concept around leading leaders, which I think he's better at than most mentors, which allows people that mentor into him for a certain time period to go off and start their own businesses. I was one of those individuals that worked at EKI Digital, started off here and ended up transferring over and starting my own business. And that's actually given me the opportunity to take other people under my wing and kind of teach them what I've learned. And I think that ability to pay it forward is tremendously valuable and tremendously important, especially as it relates to the African American community. Being able to find individuals, like-minded individuals, and pass on information from generation to generation, I think is tremendously important.
There was an article written by the New York Times that talked about the chances of black boys. Even black boys from the most affluent families are likely to end up in the lower middle class or poor. And it shouldn't be, frankly, surprising to anybody, because a lot of the jobs in this country are created by small business. And the problem is nobody really does business with black companies. So we have lots of initiatives that are, I would call, on the supply side. A lot of entrepreneurial training programs and things like that. But nobody does real business with blacks. So what I think is that blacks have to look at their communities the way that other people look at their communities and create economic activity that is led by the entrepreneurs. And if we can get people to just do business with us, all the other benefits of entrepreneurship will come to our community.
EKI Digital played a pretty strong role in my career path, giving me the experience and expertise to be able to navigate with large enterprise IT business challenges and working with government and nonprofits. They were such a perfect fit when it came to working and partnering up with them as it relates to building client solutions. Specifically, all the talent they have in-house, and obviously with Robert's leadership being able to kind of steer EKI more into lean digital practice, there's a lot of synergy between lean digital businesses and what we do at EX3 Labs.
No community can progress through somebody else's charity. It's never been done in history. In fact, Martin Luther King said, philanthropy is nice, but the philanthropist shouldn't ignore the conditions that make philanthropy necessary.
So I've been excited to be able to grow EX3 Labs to where it is today, but none of that really would have happened without the mentorship that I had, not just while I was working at EKI, but all the mentors I've had in my life. EX3 Labs has experienced hyper growth over the last 2 years. We have 15 Fortune 500 companies as clients. We're on pace to hit $1 million this year in revenue, and we're already hiring a ton of new talent. So very exciting times, and again, none of that would have actually happened had it not been for having the types of mentors that can tell you the different paths that are best places to take your company and give you financial advice, growth advice, scaling advice, all of the different topics that you need to hit on as an entrepreneur and a founder of a startup.
So I would say, if you give people who already have some capacity an opportunity, in ways, frankly, that is not going to put you at huge risk. You know, a lot of these companies now, frankly, huge parts of their budgets are technology or finance. That's where all the wealth is created. But almost none of them, frankly, do much business with our community. That means we're not a part of the digital generation. That means we're not participating in the digital economy. And digital workers make twice the average salary of private sector worker. So if we want to go from poverty to prosperity, it has to be through economic activity. We've got a demand problem. If people would do business with blacks, that will fix a supply problem. And all the benefits of the free enterprise system will not only go to the black community, it'll make the United States a better place as well.